Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm in a mood today.
You are, and I get a text from Heather Abraham this morning at like 6 a.m. and it says, can you bring your scale in from home?
Because you know I don't have a scale, and I'd like to keep, so actually the funny thing is that you know I don't have a scale at home.
Right.
But at the end of June I had a doctor's appointment, and so I knew my weight like the week before we started the summer shape up.
Right.
So that's what I was going off of, and I needed my end weight, so I had you carry.
So here I am bringing a scale into the station this morning. I mean, it's just a little scale. It's not that big a deal. But anyhow, today is sort of our results day for the PTL Summer Shape Up. We've been doing this for 6 weeks. It officially ends tomorrow, but I'm off tomorrow.
And the whole next week.
And yes, I have a little time off coming up.
So mad at you.
Oh. You will have a great time in my absence.
Why are you laughing, Ron?
Ron's laughing.
He sounded so sincere when he said that, didn't he? You will have, I promise.
It's gonna be okay. All right. Well, first, let's talk about how you did with the PTL Summer Shape Up.
Well, I'm happy to report that I lost 3 pounds based on your scale. Thank you. Honestly, though, for me, more than anything, it was just my goals changed after we started this. I talked to Jackie, who was kind of guiding us on our nutrition journey, that it wasn't really about weight loss for me. It's about making my insides healthier. I want my heart to be stronger. I want my, stomach to be working better and my guts to be in shape and, all that stuff.
Right.
That was more important to me. So I think that I was starting to hit some of those marks that she talked about. And it's longer than a 6-week journey, really.
Yeah, I mean, this continues for all of us, hopefully. I think you and I have both been talking about, we both feel better.
Yes.
And the number one thing I've learned in the past, whenever I've tried to lose weight, I just eat less, like fewer calories.
You think you're doing better if you're eating less.
Jackie looked at what we were eating and said, like, how are you even getting through the day? Like, how are you powering through? And now at one point I was down 7 pounds. Now I'm down like 5 or 6 pounds. But I've lost weight.
It's fantastic. And you started losing weight right away, so you were making some great choices.
And I was eating more. But it's not just us
No.
who's on this PTL Summer Shape Up. It's the entire team PTL. So we want to bring everybody in. And look, these are our before pictures. I guess we need to take after pictures if we have before pictures.
I'm glad that we did this, because if we keep on and stay with our goals, maybe we can show it a year later and we will look transformation.
Oh, that's a great idea.
All right, so we are going to check in with Ron, Selena, and Mikey. And first up is Ron. So tell us how you did.
I think that you guys both really hit on some really good information there. Like you, Heather, it wasn't really about the losing of pounds for me. It was about really just kind of living a better lifestyle, making sure that my energy through the day was going to be at a level that I wanted it to be. You know me, we oftentimes complain about Tuesdays and how hard they are. You probably haven't heard me complain about Tuesdays over the last few weeks because of some of the small things that Jackie has done to really get us, just like you said, eating more frequent as well, but making smart decisions on what you are eating. And it really has brought more energy to me and my lifestyle, and I've really appreciated that.
Way to go, Ron.
Yeah. I love this box where we're all in the box.
It's
like the Brady Bunch.
Again.
Yeah.
It's the only time you can put me in a box.
We'd never put you in a box. All right, Selena, let's check in with you. What kind of difference has this made for you?
Oh, Heather and David, I did notice a difference over these last 6 weeks, and especially I know Heather mentioned she wanted to work on getting her insides healthy, and I think that was really my goal as well. I did lose weight. It's actually now 3 pounds. So at the beginning of the week, it was 4 pounds, but I have to say, I haven't been too good this week. I've been overindulging a little bit. So I'm back to 3 pounds, but it wasn't really about the weight loss for me either. I just wanted to make sure that I was eating right at the right times of the day, because I would even we wake up early, and I would not have breakfast, honestly, until like almost lunchtime, which was, we were up for hours before. I wasn't eating anything. I remember you said that, Heather. I wasn't eating anything until lunch. So I really learned what time was best for me to eat, how much to eat, and I've been getting in a lot of exercise too. So So I've been feeling good. My energy levels are up.
Mikey, how about you? How are you feeling? What have you lost? What have you gained?
Yeah, see, for me, it was all about losing some weight. Like, I really did want to drop a couple of pounds, and I have to say that I dropped 3 pounds, which is really good for me. I mean, for me not to gain anything, especially, the times that we're in, we are in stressful times, and people are stress eating and eating snacks. So I was able to cut a lot of that out. I was able to start going to the trail. I went over to the south side, the Great Allegheny Passage Trail, the south side portion of it for the first time. And so I walked that trail, and I've been drinking more water, of which Jackie suggested. And so I'm happy. I did similar to Selena. I showed a picture of an apple pie a couple of days ago. So that kind of threw me. And so, but I hopped right back on the next day. So I'm proud to say that I didn't gain any. I lost a few, and I feel better just overall, more energy.
Guys, I have to tell you, during a Facebook Live this morning, I heard from a viewer. Her name is Susie, and she said that she lost 6 pounds doing the challenge with us too. And so it's so nice to hear from some of the viewers who were along this journey with us. If you've lost weight, please let us know, or if you've made healthier choices, whatever your goal was when you set out on this journey with us, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Way to go, Team PTL.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we all did well, and that's fantastic, and we're going to keep doing this. Yeah, congratulations, and hopefully some of you joined us from home as well, and this journey is not over. We're still going to have WW Ambassador Mary Vogliano joining us. We're still going to have nutrition coach Jackie Hale, who we love, and of course exercise segments with Aubrey Warwick as well. So we will continue doing this, even though the official Shape Up is coming to an end.
Yeah. These are lifestyle choices we all set out to make.
Right,
so
and they become new habits.
Yes,
like that's the trick, to make it a new habit.
Right. Listen, we all need to cheat though every once in a while with food, okay? Making that very clear.
I of course thought you were talking about food until you said with food, and then I thought,
just
what else would you be thinking about?
Needed to clarify.
Yeah, so, Snickers salad, how does that sound? Yeah, not a salad that you would normally think of when you think of a salad, but I saw this the other day on social media. It intrigued me. Apparently in Iowa, this is a big deal, and this comes from a YouTube channel. It is called Tastes of Lizzie T, and so it does have apples in. So I will tell you, but it has vanilla pudding, Cool Whip, chopped apples, and then the thing that you do at the end is you chop up these Snickers bars and you put them there, and then maybe you drizzle some caramel on the top.
Okay.
I mean, how different is this? It's probably, I would say the strawberry pretzel salad that Pittsburgh is known for is probably a little better for you than this.
I'm in.
It's a salad.
How do you classify that as a salad? I don't know how you even.
I think there was
how
a
you can
period
even
when,
go there.
They're Jello salads, like when they concocted all sorts of things, maybe in the 50s. I don't know. I don't know when that was. And they would call them salads. And then so that's sort of an outgrowth of that.
Salad. Okay, and we have to share this picture with you because some more pizza. I should just say that. Just some more pizza.
Right.
Not like you want another slice, but this is actually s'mores on top of pizza dough.
Right. It's like we've gone off the deep end. After we talked about the PTL Summer Shape Up, now we've done this. So Caliente Pizza and Draft House has cooked this up. Turns out the owner is a big camping fan, and so they do s'mores around the campfire, and then he went to his chef and said, could we put this on the menu? And so we're talking about it this week because Monday was National S'mores Day, but it's on the menu permanently. And the only thing that's different about it, it's somewhat different because they tried graham crackers and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So they had to use pizza dough and Nutella and marshmallows, but I'm willing to give it a try.
I think okay.
Yeah,
let's
you think
do
okay?
It. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, that'll be our little cheat.
You know what's interesting? I haven't made s'mores in a long time, but my sister-in-law found marshmallows that have chocolate inside the marshmallow.
Oh.
So when you roast it, the chocolate melts inside, then you put it on your graham crackers, and then you're good to go. You don't have to, it's not like that stick that falls off the...
This is why don't we think of ideas like this?
I don't know.
We could be rich, Heather Abraham.
Here's the thing.
If we thought of that idea.
My problem is I can come up with an idea, but then what do you do with it?
Yeah. You got to have an action plan.
How do you,
I don't know.
How do you get that patent?
If we had all that in place, we'd be sitting good. We would have been the ones with chocolate in the middle of the marshmallow.
Right.
All right. So you got viewer mail.
Yes, this is from Susan Hosey, thank you very much. We had a lovely phone conversation earlier this week. She sent a nice little card here after we talked about National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Right. And you talked about you love oatmeal cookies.
Yes. So she sent me a couple of recipes. One was for old-fashioned oatmeal pancakes, which sounds so good.
Yes.
She said make them like silver dollar size, not like regular. But anyways, I'm really excited to try this. But the other one that really intrigued us was from a friend of hers named Patty, and it's called potato chip cookies.
We're going to make these. We're going to make these on PTL.
Yes.
We're going to make them in the kitchen. I cannot wait to try what this tastes like because there's something about the salty and the sweet, and this intrigues me. As soon as you said this, I was like, what?
Okay, so here are the ingredients. I'm not going to go through the measurements, but butter, sugar, vanilla, flour, and potato chip crumbs. That's it.
That's it.
That's the cookie. I want to try it.
We're going to try it. All right. Before we run out of time, we want to show you a video that really speaks to 2020.
Love this.
Because it has been such a difficult year for so many of us, and I think you'll relate to this. So watch.
My new favorite thing about 2020 is how just utterly unsurprisable everyone is. Like, they could tell us, they could be like, hey, trees are coming to life, and they're eating people. And we would all be like, okay.
Did you hear what that was, though? That was a corona sign.
It was such a corona sign. Other people are doing it too, or whatever this is. But yeah, it's right on the mark, though. I mean, you know, at this point, it's just like, of course it is.
Yeah,
Of
all
course,
right.
you know, but it's been a rough year. But
Okay.
next year will be better. Things will get better soon anyhow.
Your optimism is very encouraging.
It's important to be
Yes.
optimistic.
Yes.
Tomorrow is another day, and in fact, tomorrow is Friday. So we want to encourage you to join the Friday free-for-all. We're going to answer as many questions as we can and post them to our Pittsburgh Today Live Facebook page, and we will get to them on tomorrow's show.
Looking forward to that. I always love to answer some questions.
It's always good. All right, time to take a break because we have a busy day here on PTL. There is lots to get to today, including part 2 of my conversation with a Pittsburgh guy turned Hollywood producer, Tim Kaiser. Now, if you missed part 1, it's okay. We'll catch you up, and then we get into really good stuff, dishing about behind-the-scenes stories from some of the series he's worked on, like Seinfeld, and also what it was like growing up literally in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
His real neighborhood.
His real neighborhood.
Also, just like many of you, I took my girls back to school shopping. We find out the latest trends for fall because even if they're not going back to the classroom, the kids are still growing and they may need some new clothes and shoes.
And check this out, animals in hotel rooms, not party animals.
don't
We're
even.
talking about real beasts like buffaloes, horses, even birds. What is going on here? It is a video we really can't stop watching, and where you can catch it and other cool stuff coming up in our PTL Weekend Guide. You know what? This show continues to surprise me.
What has happened? What has happened? Thanks for being with us on this Thursday, August 13th, 2020. Let's see, what's today? National Left-Handers Day.
No kidding.
So to all of you lefties and you righties out there, we are so glad you're with us.